Getting ready to give Mr. Rob Pratt here a taste of our round pizza that everyone seems to love. This is a pepperoni pizza. It is a roasted garlic and Parmesan crust that people love, and it's very well liked all over the place, even close to Cranberry. They love the crunch, they love the flavor, and we have our own homemade garlic butter recipe.
All right, show them the pepperoni roll.
The pepperoni roll.
Something new and delicious at Buzzi's, Brighton Avenue, Rochester.
That right there is also topped with a little bit of the garlic butter, some parsley, and Parmesan. Whenever you dip into that Buzzi's original red sauce, leaves your mouth watering.
Anthony Hall, this is where the magic happens. And now get ready, lights, camera, action. It's your Pratt Pack live at Buzzi's Pizza, Brighton Avenue, Rochester. Go. All right, here we are back at Buzzi's Pizza, Brighton Avenue in Rochester. I wanted to come over to wish the birthday boy a happy birthday. 34 years young, proud father, doing incredible things, he and his significant other. This place is the best. And I came here just in time before the Saturday evening crunch. It will be busy, but I want to talk a little bit about your journey since you've opened. It really has gone above and beyond what you thought, I'm sure.
Oh yes, very much. It's been a lot busier than what I expected. Both the round pizzas and the Buzzi's original pizzas have taken off. People love the crust. Both the Buzzi's original and the rounds. It's doing great.
What's up with this pepperoni roll I'm hearing about?
So my brother actually makes them in-house, homemade, and he's really good at what he does. He's been in the cooking profession for decades.
Do you have any idea what you have done for this community by bringing this epic brand back? It really is like somebody's injected some sort of new life into the community. This is unbelievable what this has done for Rochester.
I hear that, and honestly, it's just me doing my part. I like to be able to help and do things for locals and try to help change people.
Happy Days in Monaco are going really well, but what I love what you've done, you've spared no expense as far as ingredients. You've really added to the menu. You brought a lot of that here since we first got together months ago. So you wanted to give people a destination. I mean, pizza's great. We love pizza. Who doesn't love pizza? We'll talk more about that in a moment with Anthony Hall. But it really is about giving somebody opportunities to have a choice when they get those hunger pangs, right?
Yes, absolutely. While we don't offer hoagies at the moment, we're going to be bringing strombolis and wedges in. Keep it traditional pizza, but you can get your Italian ham, pepperoni, capicola on it, so on and so forth. We offer some salads. Just trying to keep it more of a traditional pizza.
Now, when I think of toppings, I think of pepperoni, I think of, cheese, but I mean, you've got mushrooms and sausage and olives and peppers and onions and broccoli. I mean, it's the whole gambit, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I like to give people options. If there might be one person in the family that don't want black olives, so they got banana peppers. If there might be people that don't want banana peppers, they get mushrooms.
Here's what I am going to ask you to do. One of these days, even if it's for me and I'll pay the freight, I'd like to try anchovies one time.
I've actually been talking it over with my fiance, and it's probably going to be something that we're going to bring in just to see how it goes. Me personally, I'm not a fan of it, but I cannot take that out on the people.
Here's what we should do. One Friday during Lent, all right, because they are fish, you should do an anchovy pie special, a Rob Pratt special. We will blow the roof off of it, promote it, because I know there's a lot of dear old souls like me who grew up with anchovies. Look, my mother used to make pizza right up on top of the hill here in a little place called Branson Heights. She's got roots in Rochester. She grew up on Deer Lane. And I'm going to tell you, from the time I was 10 years old, and that's when this whole phenomenon started, I can go back with the memories of her and the cookie sheets making this pizza. Anchovies were just such a favorite of mine, and you know what? You just can't find them anywhere. So maybe that's something to think about here at Buzzi's Pizza. So let's talk about you and why in the world, of all the things you could have done, and we discussed this many, many months ago when we did a little video blog up in Monaco, what made you want to buy in to become a pizza entrepreneur?
I'm passionate about food, in case you can't
That's okay.
tell.
That's love.
It's, I wasn't plumbing, but I wasn't as passionate about that as I am about food. There's a certain feeling that you get knowing that someone enjoys what you make.
Yeah,
when
man.
you took the time out to make for them, and I love doing it.
You do love doing it. Now, were you actually making pizza before you got into the pizza, or was it just a lover of pizza that pushed you into this business?
A little bit of both. Before plumbing, I worked at multiple restaurants and a couple pizza shops, and when the opportunity came to acquire Pappy J's, we jumped on it because we felt it was a good opportunity and just the passion behind it. It's something we wanted to do.
When I was hanging out to Sons of Italy in Monaco, which was my home away from home, the word on the street was Pappy J's. You got to try this stuff. It's unbelievable. It's thick. The sauce is like so just mouth-watering good, but it was the size, the portions, the extra cheese, the square cut, the Sicilian cut. You really did it up big there. And I got to believe, Anthony, this is what put you guys on the launching pad to get over here to Buzzi's, because you really established yourself at Pappy J's.
Yeah, going into Pappy J's, at first it was kind of a ghost story. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff on the shelves. The previous owners was kind of only selling pizza by the slice. They weren't offering delivery or hoagies or fried goods. So we kind of came in, revamped it, same recipe just like here, and put the advertising out under new ownership and so on and so forth. And then the community really got behind us there. It means a lot. They've embraced us open arms.
We were just talking today off the air. A friend of mine who's actually in the business world during my radio show, we were talking about the Ma and Pa pizza place and how it's found a whole new generation, and it really has become specialty pizza reviews all over the country, people making a name for themselves on social media. I just like talking the business. The pizza speaks for itself. But this place really had an incredible history long before you and I got together and started doing these little video vlogs. Buzzi and I go way back to when he was helping me sponsor various football and basketball games on the radio, and I've always had love and respect for him. And really, Buzzi's was one of the original entrepreneurs to roll into Beaver County, wasn't it?
From my understandings, yes. Buzzi and Tina are amazing people. Since the start of this, even talking about it, they've been there helping, showing the recipe, and any questions I had, give them a call, shoot them a text, they'll shoot right down here. They're truly great people.
Consistency is what it's all about, and what I admired that you did here, you said, look, if we're going to be using that Buzzi's name, let's stick with the original recipe, that sauce, that thin crust, and really, it's kind of just picked up where they left off, but you really did not hesitate. You really wanted to roll the way they rolled for years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Buzzi and Tina spent decades making their name around here, and it's a staple of Rochester. And if something's not broken, you don't need to fix it. That recipe was not broken. Everyone loved it. They adored it. We have people coming in today that got it 30 years ago with their parents, bringing their kids in here to get it with their kids.
I know some of the videos we did actually went viral, and I was getting comments from all over the country because, a lot of people who grew up in Rochester moved away, and this was the place to go after the game back in the day. It's come back again. You got the basketball team, which has had some success. They won the section, and of course, I just did the Rochester Football Bank with Gene Matzo. They just continue to win here. Great school district, winning all sorts of awards. But here's what I love the most. When I'm off the radio on Monday through Thursday at 11 o'clock, I get back to Beaver County. Sometimes I just drive over here to the hub, as they call it, because you can get here from anywhere in Beaver County all within about 20 minutes, but the lights are on here. And the thing that I love about you, you're open. When you say you're open, you're open. I can't tell you how many times I've craved something, I've wanted something, and you go and there's no consistency. They're closing early one night, they're not closing so early the other night, but then they're closing really early one night when you're expecting them to be open until late, like on a Friday or Saturday. So you're consistent. I mean, every day you say you're going to be open, you're open until that time. Plus, you're actually opening for the lunch crowd, too.
Yes, consistency is key. Now, obviously, at the beginning, there were times when we sold out of dough, out of the
And you were honest about it.
Yeah, exactly. And even nowadays, you may have a call off, so you may not be able to open at the time that you would like. You just have to communicate with the people so they know what's going on and keep everyone up to date.
So tell me a little bit about your assembly line here when it comes to your dough. and your sauce. How do you start prepping? How do you know? What do you do? And when does that all begin during the day?
It begins at about 8 o'clock in the morning.
That early?
Yeah, we do about 6 batches of square dough, which is probably about 8 trays in total per batch. And then we do 2 batches of round dough, which you'll probably get a total of 15 to 20 large rounds out of. And it's a process. It takes a full 8-hour shift to get that going.
And the other thing that I love about you guys, when you tell people it's going to be ready in 20, you really try to make it ready in 20. Because it's an assembly line here. It can get 5, 6, 7, even 10 deep in this wonderful little place that has been here forever. Any thoughts of expanding not just the menu, maybe the building, maybe doing a few more things? Obviously, it'd be nice to be able to eventually get a liquor license, serve some beer. That's a dream for every pizza shop owner. But when you look to this thing, you're a young guy. You have young kids coming up, you know, so the future is going to be very long. And long after I'm here, they're going to be selling Buzzi's Pizza. But crystal ball, 10 years down the road, what do you see?
Hard to say. We're definitely going to be increasing the menu, like I said, to add the strombolis, the wedges, amongst other things, the spinach pie.
Oh, nice.
Going to be good stuff. 10 years down the road, a couple of my kids will be adults, so I'd like to see them in here.
And you basically kind of relaxing, saying, can I get you anything while they're working the assembly line? Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take a pizza to go.
You know, I've never asked you this, and I'm just asking you because I'm curious. Do you deliver?
We do.
Yes.
We do. We deliver a 20-minute radius from here.
Well, you know, that could be from Beaver Falls to New Brighton to Monaco, so everybody can get in on the mix, right?
Yep, absolutely.
What about this sauce? And I know you're not going to tell me the recipe, but what do you think makes this sauce so special? I mean, he really was unique. When you look at all of the other places that have sold pizza, the big box stores, the chains, and of course the mom and pa and the family-owned pizza places, there was always something different about Buzzi's. And I don't know what it was, but is there just maybe some paprika or things that you put in there that make it a little bit different? What's the deal with this sauce?
Just the mixture of ingredients, and then how it's mixed, and the tender love and care you put behind
Is
it.
that really what it comes down to, how it all blends together, how you mix it? And you really do not spare expense. I mean, it's consistent from one square cut to the other, the corner piece, the end piece, the middle piece. It has consistency, and as far as the product on top, whether it's a provolone or American or whatever type of cheese, pepperoni, mushrooms, onions, some of the things we mentioned like broccoli, you really do distribute it evenly. Is that just a touch, or is that something that you kind of measured out and planned ahead, and do you train your people to be able to do that?
It goes by touch. I don't believe in using the whole measuring cup thing and weighing it out. Just put on there what you would want on there. If that's something you would eat, send it out. But if it's not something you would eat, remake it, do it right.
You know what I remember from when my mom used to make pizza? The mixing bowl with the dish towel over top, waiting for the dough to rise. And that's really what it's all about, the anticipation. Even though it's a grind and it's tiring, but you always put on a good face, you and your employees. Is there still something special coming in here before like a big game weekend or a holiday weekend, or just going into a Friday and Saturday where people just want to relax, they don't want to cook, they want to leave it up to you guys, either here at Pappy J's? When you start in the morning and you realize when that light goes on and you say you're open, you're going to be bringing people a lot of joy before the day is over.
Yeah,
It's a good thing, Anthony.
yeah. You're anxious,
Right,
to get it going, and when you're busy, obviously time goes by a lot faster.
Yeah.
So you just kind of go with the flow.
I'll be quite honest with you. I've seen a lot of businesses, and I'm all about business, and I'm all about small business. When he said he was coming here, I was thinking, I hope it hasn't been gone too long. I hope people will be willing to step up. I hope they can make the consistency what we all remember, that loved Buzzi and his wife. And man, I got to tell you, I think in every opportunity I've had to see this place from afar, up close, it's always been steady customers. I mean, I don't know if I've seen any small business in recent years have such success from the jump. Is there anything you can attribute to it? Do you think it was just the craving, the wanting, and living up to the potential, your health, all of the above, the recipe? I mean, it's been incredible, man.
A lot of it obviously has to do with Buzzi and Tina. They built up the name. You know, they built up this place, and that's why re-grand opening day, line down the next block, and Buzzi and Tina deserved that outcome. It wasn't for me. It was for them. They needed to see how much they were appreciated here, and I feel like they got to see that.
Why do you think pizza's so universal? Why everybody just loves it? I don't know anybody that doesn't love pizza.
I don't know how you can. There's no way to not like pizza unless you're allergic to something or
Right.
something like that, but it's good no matter where you go.
There's something about sauce that can make a day even better, right?
Okay.
Talk about your help a little bit. The people that really are the backbone, that first line of defense.
So we have Teresa here. She's holding the camera. She's been here since before we opened.
Thank you,
Helping,
Teresa.
cleaning,
Everything.
doing great things. She's been major help. I honestly don't know where I'd be without her at the moment. The same with my brother Jesse and her husband Paul back there. Paul works for a pest control company, and he comes here after work and he'll help because he cares about it.
Yeah. And at the end of the night, I remember when I was in the food and beverage business and I was a waiter and a maitre d', there's something about the end of the night that even though your feet are a little bit tired, your dogs are barking, as we used to say, it's such a satisfying feeling to be able to serve people. I still love this business so much. I really, really do.
It's a great business, and you have to be about the people. It's all about what everyone watching, everyone around wants, and they like their pizza a certain way. It's your job to do it. You gotta. It's not about you. It's about the product you're putting out, what people like, and just gotta be good.
My family has such a deep history here in Rochester, both my mother and father, and Brighton Avenue was always a special place. I just want to talk about this community, how I really think the people that are running it, as far as the government is concerned, people who live here, I mentioned the school district, they seem to have really figured it out. They're buying in, and I see a lot of things happening and lights going on and staying open on Brighton Avenue. There's always room for improvement everywhere, but this little community has done a really good job, and I see a lot of new construction, and that's a good sign, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the stage down there now.
Looking forward to that?
I am very much looking forward
You
to it.
guys going to be involved in that at all?
Yes, we'll be serving pizza down there as well. We did whenever it was the re-grand opening of the stage, but unfortunately rain had deterred that whole event. But I believe the next event is June 15th for music festival.
Yeah, big music festival.
Yeah, and we'll be down there, and I look forward to it. It's going to be good.
One other thing, Anthony Hall, we're at Buzzi's Pizza, also the proprietor of Pappy J's in Monaca. What do you think about these food trucks, that food truck phenomenon that's going on right now?
It's a way to try different things all in one space.
Right.
You might have the taco place or desserts, and you can just try multiple things all at once.
Mix and match.
Absolutely.
So what's your word? How long have you been open here now? 6 months?
No, 7, 8.
So a little bit less than a year.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say to your customers out there who've been pretty loyal for sure?
Thank you to everyone that supported us from the gate, the community members. Everyone has honestly been amazing. And when it comes to how much I appreciate everyone coming here and being supportive, I'm lost for words on it. That's how much I appreciate everything that everyone's done for us. It means a lot.
On a perfect night, you and your fiance and family, what's your favorite topping? What do you like here? Go
Cheese.
Yeah, me too.
Cheese, a little bit of garlic butter on top of the cheese, and it blends well with the red sauce.
How important is the olive oil?
Very. We have your basic virgin olive oil, and then we have a infused roasted garlic olive oil as well. That a lot of people are fans of.
Listen, so Coons Market, where you can always buy your ingredients if you have a pizza shop. We love what we do here in Beaver County, and we have a store in Hopewell. We've got 8 locations, and tomorrow it's the Coons Cooking Hour. We're going to be talking cooking with vegetables in the 8 o'clock hour. So isn't it amazing what you can do with vegetables? One of my favorite ways to eat pizza, along with the cheese, is the peppers and the different vegetables, even onions, sauteed onions. Vegetables, you can really do a lot of amazing things, can you not?
Oh yeah. The mixture of them. You'd be surprised the flavor difference between a green and a red pepper. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah. If you take a bite of a green pepper,
Okay.
eat some plain sherbet, kind of clear the senses a
Palate,
little
right?
bit. Yeah. Take a bite of a red one. You'll see a difference. You'll taste the difference. It's minor, but there's a difference.
Also, I know you love sports, so tomorrow's the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show. So the Penguins taking on Calgary tonight. You know, they get the big win against Vancouver, then they stumbled against Seattle. Trade deadline's coming up. Has this team got what it takes to make a push and even survive to get into the playoffs?
I believe so. I'm a huge fan of Malkin and Crosby.
Me too.
And I think as long as they're there, we got a shot.
All right, now the other thing I got to ask you, football. Every single second, I'm waiting to see if anything happens with that quarterback position. Been watching the NFL Network. Some of the quarterbacks, of course, watching them today throwing. It's the combine in Indianapolis. This whole talk about, Justin Fields maybe coming here. What do you think about the Steelers in the offseason now with the combines underway and then the draft impending in just about 6 weeks from now?
To me, I don't believe Kenny Pickett's the answer. Great guy. Seems like a good personality. But quarterback-wise, I don't believe he's the answer. So, as far as I know, Steelers, since I've been watching them, have been a draft and build team. I don't foresee them getting Justin Fields and trying to build him after him being with the Bears and so on and so forth. I think they're going to try to hopefully move up in the draft in some way and get someone.
Draft a little over 6 weeks away, end of April to be exact. The last thing, Pirates, of course, today, 93-7 the fan. They get another win. Henry Davis had himself a hit, looking strong behind home plate. I really think if they can establish him as their full-time catcher, that's going to really go so far. And I think with Mitch Keller getting the new deal, and you've got Brian Hayes, a healthy O'Neill Cruz, Ryan Reynolds in right field, Bednar out of the pen, Chapman now added, can still throw over 100 miles an hour. I'm excited about this team this year.
I am too. I'm looking forward to watching, kind of seeing how it goes. It's coming here from Rhode Island. I was a Red Sox fan. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
The Pirates have kind of grown on me over the years, so I'm hoping that they can keep growing.
Let me tell you how old I am. I go back, and I'm not talking Ted Williams, but Tony Canigliaro. I mean, I love the Boston Red Sox. Back in the day, Carlton Fisk, man, loved them as far as, Fenway Park. Terry Francona from the Brighton, actually a manager. They won a couple of World Series. Sadly, Tim Wakefield, the former Pirate, recently passed away. Then his wife, 5 months later, sadly, she also passes away. So what was it like growing up in Rhode Island?
Quite the experience. I was never a Patriots fan.
Never?
I was a Steelers fan.
Why is that? Do you have family here or just?
No, they were a hard-hitting team, smash mouth. That's why I like.
So how did you end up here?
Well, my sister dated a truck driver, and this is where he was from Ambridge. This is where they settled. Me and my mom, whenever I was 17, went to Ambridge to visit, and we really liked it. Different change of pace, In Rhode Island, we grew up in Section 8 housing, and we was trying to move on and better our lives.
Now, so you graduated from Ambridge?
Nope. I graduated West Warwick High School, Rhode Island.
Where'd you live in Ambridge? I never knew this.
Park Road.
Oh, okay.
Park Road.
So Beaver County's been pretty good to you.
It has been so far.
Well, listen, you definitely work hard. You deserve all the good things that being an entrepreneur can bring. And this pizza is incredible. So anything special coming up in the weeks and months to come, and then we'll say goodnight from Buzzi's Pizza with Anthony Hall, the birthday guy, celebrating number 34 today.
Well, we might be adding a business inside of a business here that I believe someone deserves that opportunity to do. She actually is a great person. I'm hoping that we can figure it out and get it done, and it will be a big surprise for everyone.
So that's one of those stay tuned for details.
Yes, absolutely.
How in the world did you ever find out about me? All of a sudden, we're like best buds, and I honestly, this has all happened within the last half a year.
Well, someone had turned me on to your page, so I started listening and watching, and it seemed like a good guy, so I figured I'd reach out and our relationship kind of grew from there.
Well, listen, happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks.
Many, many more. Beautiful family, wonderful significant other, great help, great pizza, great night. Back at it tomorrow morning after CBS Radio News at 5 a.m. It's your Pratt Pack on KDKA 100.1 FM. And don't forget, all the high school basketball underway right now. We'll have all that stuff for you in the way of those Coons Quality Food Sports Reports beginning tomorrow morning at 5:15 a.m. and every half hour up until 7:45. Coons Cooking Hour. Going to be talking cooking with vegetables. And don't forget that Coons Market near you. And we've got one right here in Hopewell. And how do you find that location nearest to your neighborhood? CoonsMarket.com. And everything in the world of sports, because it's all about our teams and the best home cooking anywhere when it comes to sports talk on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show right after local news at 11. And now for the proprietor, Anthony Hall, this is your Pratt Pack from Buzzi's Pizza, Brighton Avenue in Rochester. Good night.